time warp, we like to blow things up. And the physics are relatively simple. Object builds up pressure inside, object explodes. But what happens to that object if the pressure comes from the outside? Well, it implodes. Scientist Mike Garlick is here to show us the sweet science of implosion. When internal pressure is removed from common everyday objects and one not-so-common object. First, to demonstrate the effect of air pressure on a vacuum, Mike starts with an empty soda can.
The can should be pretty interesting because structurally, I mean, I can stand on one of these things and it's not going anywhere. Let's fill this thing with steam. Steam it up.
He fills it with steam.
Okay, got some good live steam in there.
Puts it on ice.
Hey!
And bang, instant crush.
That was cool.
At 10,000 frames per second, the reaction is dramatic. The instant cold from the ice makes the steam condense into water. Because water takes up less volume than gaseous steam, the space that the steam used to be filling is now empty. With no internal pressure to balance it, the external air pressure crushes the can.
We're in a giant fishbowl, if you will. We got a column of air 2 miles high above us, pressing down on us all the time. And when you take that pressure away by creating a vacuum, the air just scrunches the can.
That is awesome. How it's from like all sides at once too. That's the neatest thing about it.
Even on a soda can this small, we're talking about something like almost 1,000 pounds of force on this thing. It's 15 pounds per square inch. Cover that whole area, and you know, that's all three of us jumping on this at the same time. Huge impact.
I'd fold under that 1,000 pounds of pressure.
Exactly. We're just getting started.
Wait till we scale this up.
First, we see if we can supersize the soda can experiment with a 55-gallon steel drum. The volume flow of the steam is 980 pounds per hour. That fills up this drum in no time.
You know, you look at the surface area of this thing, it's probably something like 20 square feet. So we're talking about 40,000 pounds of force on this thing. That's like one of those 40-foot school buses full of kids. You lay one of those on this, you're gonna crush the 55-gallon drum.
We'll accelerate the process by pouring ice water over the drum.
Watch out, guys. This might go fast. Here we go. Oh, man.
Awesome!
Drink that.
At 2,000 frames per second, we see the same reaction we saw earlier with the soda can. The cold water turns the steam inside into liquid and creates a vacuum in seconds.
Oh, whoa.
Poor water didn't know what was happening to it.
Like those old cartoons, you know, when people go over the cliff, the water doesn't know where to go. It's just like,
What happened?
where'd the ground go?
I feel the breeze when that thing collapsed too. It was like, just took my breath away.
I could watch that all day.
So could we. But it's time to really supersize our experiment. We're gonna try and crush a 4,700-gallon stainless steel tanker.
Only in America. Well, let's do it, then. Let's fill this thing up with steam and just get really far away from it.
We're gonna need a lot more coal, like a few dozen boxes of dry ice, and of course a lot more steam, enough to get up to about 230 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's additional heat. Make sure this thing is good and hot.
What's it going?
230. Perfect.
So are we at any risk of this thing just collapsing on its own?
Not while the valves are open. As long as the valves are open, everything is safe. But once we close the valves, then we're at the mercy of Mother Nature.
Let's shut the valves off.
It's off.
Shut. Closing the
Close
valve.
it.
All right, we're closed.
Shut.
To quickly cool down the tank, the fire department lets loose with their water hoses.
Okay, ready to drink. There it goes, there it goes.
With 800,000 pounds of air pressure bearing down on it, the tank collapses in under a minute.
It's still going, it's crazy.
Normally, we would slow things down. But in this case, let's speed the action up by 200% and see this tanker completely implode.
All right. So not as implosive as we might have imagined, but look at that force. I mean, that is really almost as small as it can be. It looks exactly like the soda can.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.